how to free motion quilting feathers in 5 different ways, styles, and shapes. If you're a beginner or an advanced quilter, you have to see these videos because we have hot tips for you. Let's see where we are at right now so we can move to our last tutorial today. This is looking simply amazingly gorgeous and outstandingly incredible and exquisitely feathery. So now we are doing
just that.
This. Just I'm a simple girl, you know.
Sure.
So, now we are doing this yellow, big, amazing, giant border, and that's when feathers come handy. So there's a lot of ways to do a custom quilting, as you will see on our free workshop available for you in the link in the description below. And there's a lot of ways to do a feather on a big, large border too. But what we are showing you in this tutorial today is the way that we don't see much people doing it. Actually, I never see anyone doing it, just us. And this is super beautiful and it's super useful when you are doing a super large border. So let's get to it.
Okay, so here we are. And the thing about big border is that the problem is that they're big. So one way, there are many ways, but one way is to reduce that, and we're going to do it with a double spine. So I have this curve on the corner, just like we did on the blue border, doing this motion here. So I would have this for a spine, right? Because this would be doing this outer looking, what is the name of that? Circle.
Yeah.
So I would have this.
And you can absolutely do that.
Yeah. You would have this size of feathers and you can do it, but you're here for something more. So let's do it. And this double spine, I need to make that every time so I don't mess up with the...
Is towards the center.
The first one.
Yeah, the first one is towards the center.
Yeah. So we would have this, and then a second spine could be a regular or as regular as possible echo of it. And
big echo,
big,
like this is kind of 1 inch, maybe more.
More.
Yeah,
it's
more.
It's almost, 1.5.
1.5, maybe
so
2.
It is big because we want to leave the space here on a manageable size. So we're going to make this as big as we need to leave manageable sizes each side of this feather. But then let's make something more interesting, and we're going to make that, I'm going to erase something more. We're going to make this, and we're going to leave this space here. So this spine, they don't need to be traced on your fabric. If you want to practice that skill, this is awesome, but you can trace it if you feel you need it. That's okay too.
You already know how to do it, so you have a lot of choices that you can make out of feeling adventurous or feeling like you need a win.
You need to make
sure. Sometimes you just like want to win.
Yes.
And I know that because I play a lot of cards with Natasha.
Okay. So the path for this feather would be this. Of course, we would start here and then make our curve, but I'm showing you the end of this feather. So we would be making the exactly order of this. We would sew the spine first, like it is wrong.
Yes.
Oh my God. I draw this 1,000 times already. So it is, see, when I do that, I am able to do.
It's good because then people can actually copy you if they have
like,
the same kind of brain that you have.
Yeah.
Then you are already doing the solution.
Yeah. Left and right and those kinds of things are simply impossible. So let's just do that. So I am going to stitch one side of my spine first thing, and then the second thing is to stitch the other side of my spine. Oh, I'm already doing the thing here, so like that. Okay.
This is too fun. I feel like a winner. I feel like I'm winning.
You're silly. Then we're going to, this is step 1. And this is step 2 of the path we're creating here. And this path is amazing when we are, and it was created with orbital quilting architecture in mind because it gives us so many interesting features for the path.
And that's why it feels kind of weird.
Yeah.
Because it's not the path for the design. It's not like, oh, we do feathers this way, so let's do this in this common order of things so we have a feather. It's not. It's like how we can do a feather beyond a feather. So a feather is not just a design, is a easy path to quilt while we leave beauty where we pass. And that's custom beyond custom, which is orbital quilting architecture, our full, complete main method for custom quilting. And this kind of weird shit that makes our life easier and makes quilting more beautiful and more interesting at the same time is the exact things that we like to do. If you want to try that for free, link is in the description. Okay, so guess what?
Now, the third.
You were here.
Oh.
1, 2, yeah.
The third will be this. Then we're going to make the feather itself, and then we can make just these classical, traditional feathers or something like that. Or we can play and we can mix and match some weird, crazy feathers with the traditional ones. So it's up to you. You don't need to make this, crazy, and you don't need to make every time you do
one different
one and then one. You can make that, and then you can make this. You can play with your feathers. And then I'm going to finish here. When I finish at the tip of this, I'm going to make my fourth pass that is going to be an embellishment inside my spine. And then again, you can choose the design you want. We're going to make wishbones.
Oh my God!
I learned.
People that follow us from the beginning, please give Natasha a hand, because she just nailed the wishbone name for this design. Amazing.
And then the fifth step for this design is going to be the other side of the feather. And again, we're going to mix and match some crazy feathers here. I am kind of, what's the word?
Improving?
Yeah, but I am, I'm not good improving. That's the first thing. So when I do, it takes me some time.
You have to think.
I do.
It's kind of challenging, but it's good. It's a good challenge.
Yeah. So we will have this, and then this is going to be the actual order of the quilting for this. And again, you don't need to trace the spine if you feel adventurous, because you're going to quilt the spine. I was going to say spider. The spine first thing
before you quilt the feathers. So there's no need.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So I believe you can go to the machine already. What do you think?
Yeah.
So let's.
So I'm starting my curve right here. And I am doing this very calmly. And because we already did all our notions, I know exactly what to do. So this is going to be super easy. And we just have to remember to stop right here. And now we will do our echo. And our echo is fairly big. And that's the scary part for some quilters. But for me, that just makes it easier. Because if it's not like perfectly echoed, that's okay because we have distance. To make it look like it is. And now I am touching my point here. And because this starting is touching, I can start these feathers whenever I like, and I will start them here. And you can absolutely change the position of your quilt to make it easier for you. And I am making super big feathers just because I can. But you can totally do smaller feathers because the size of your spine has no influence on the size of your feathers. It is still just a spine. Awesome. I'm just checking what I didn't do till now so I can do them. And you can totally improv feathers, like the type of feathers you're doing, especially after you've learned a few. I really like to mix feathers. I feel that this adds so much to the quilt. And we are almost on the other side here. So sometimes I like to do this, and then I will mend another kind of feather right here. So we have everything covered. And I'm gonna do the heart one, which I truly love. And then just some random, like normal feather. Now I'm gonna do just one single feather here. And then this other feather here. Awesome. So now I'm going to do our wishbones, and I am starting really small. So I can do a lot of wishbones in my space. And because I will have to curve my way into this side, so I'm going to already, oh, my bobbin just ran out of thread again. Is this a curse in this video?
Yeah.
Ta-da! I'm ready to come back. So because I'm going to need to do this curve right here, I will start to prepare for that, like in advance, so it's easier when I get there. So when you have to move a lot with your wishbones, like make a curve like this, it's easier if you start them narrow. So you have room to make those spaces and those making that side close together and this other side more spaced. Without worrying too much. And in this particular design, I love to do wishbones because they showcase the curves in our spine. And I think that is just perfection. So at some point, our spine will start to get smaller, and then our quilting will have to get smaller too. Awesome! I'm here and I am ready to start this side. If you want, you can add as many echoes as you want inside of the spine or outside the spine. But for now, I'm just like doing my feathers. I'm gonna do my heart. And then I will make an embellishment inside my heart. How poetic that sounded. And then I'll have one of this. And another one of this. And then I'll have this, another embellishment. And now I'm starting to use that direction that Natasha showed us how to. And right here, I'm doing just one single feather. And that's okay because I already did one when we started on the other side. So this is nothing new or exclusive in this middle. So we already have that happening. Again, you don't have to do a feather this big. You can do just like regular feathers, whatever that means to you. But I really like to do big feathers. As I've mentioned sometimes at this point, I have a thing for big feathers. I don't know if that's because they're easy to me, or just because they look pretty great, but I really love it.